study group. Today we're going to be looking at our topic today is going to be English for your and my 11 plus preparation. So let's go. So your first activity is to find the closest meaning to the word in pink. Now this may sound like something something you would have done if you were in year 3, or you would have done if you were in even year 2, but the words are going to be harder and you're going to have to find the adjectives of the closest meaning. So let's go. So the value of a car depreciates every year, particularly in the first year. A diminishes, B increases, C degenerates, D rockets. Rockets, yeah, sorry. But let's have a look at the sentence. Now, many of us may not know what depreciate means, and that's okay because we're going to have a look at this sentence. So let's have a look. So it says the value of a car depreciates every year, particularly in the first year. So let's take any car you want. What type of car branding do you want? I don't know, a Tesla maybe, or a BMW. Let's say a Tesla. So you have your Tesla, right? Imagine put yourself in this person's shoes. You're having a Tesla, you're using it, and you're selling it on the market after you've used it for a year or two. So when you're buying the Tesla, it is £5,000. Let's just say that a Tesla's way more, actually. I think so. Let's just say a Tesla's £5,000. I don't know how much a Tesla is actually. I have no clue. Let's just say a Tesla's £5,000, and you ride it for 1 year, and then you sell it after 1 or 2 years. Will the price increase or decrease? What do you think? It will decrease. It may go down to £4,000 or £4,500. You don't know. So depreciates means it increases. Means it decreases. I'm sorry. It means it decreases. But if something increases, then it always doesn't depreciate. So the answer would not be increase and will not be rockets, because rockets are pretty fast and they do increase speed. So it wouldn't be those two. So the answer must be diminish, because degenerate, they have a slight difference between these two words. I'm not quite sure how to explain it, but there is a slight difference, but it would be diminish. If you really want to know the meaning for degenerate, I would suggest going on Google using a dictionary, but I unfortunately can't explain the meaning properly, but I know it's diminish, so that's the answer. So I've just done a smaller version here in case you guys want to take your time to work it out by yourselves or just look at word meanings. Now, before we move on, please subscribe to Study Group. It's a place where we do loads of maths, English, and 11 plus preparations. We can even carry on before the 11 plus or after the 11 plus with phonics, vocab, and spellings, and loads more. So please subscribe. So our next sentence is Goldie is an apt name for Luna's cat. Now, the word in pink here is apt. So does anyone, if you know what apt means, this would be really easy, but I'm going to just say apt means something is suitable. So it's not going to be unsuitable, is it? So it's not going to be original either, because we're not saying apt. We're not saying Goldie is a fake name, and we're not telling you it's an original name. We're telling you it's an apt name. So it wouldn't be original, it wouldn't be unsuitable, because it means suitable, and it wouldn't be worthy, because if it's worthy, you'd be like, oh, Goldie is not worthy of having, Goldie the cat is not worthy of having the name Goldie. In some topics, some sentences, that would make kind of sense, but in this topic it doesn't. So it would be D, fitting, which is the same synonym for suitable and apt. So here's your little bit. You guys can pause the video here and just have a reminder of everything I've said. So well done, guys. I think it was a bit too easy. Personally, when I was editing this, I thought it was a bit easy, so I just added on a few extra slides that I'm going to show you. So let's level up and have a look at your few 11 plus creative story ideas. Because most people are doing 11 plus, they probably don't know you have to write creative writing. So it's more better. It's like more helping if you know what you're going to write about when you're in the exam hall. So let's have a look. So a key to get good ideas for a story is reading books. So you can get loads of ideas from reading books like The Diary of the Wimpy Kid. You can do the diary of yourself. Or Roald Dahl, you could do a diary of Roald Dahl. You could write about Roald Dahl. Loads of stuff you could do with reading books. So think to yourself, have you read enough books this week? Or have you not even read any book this week? Doesn't matter if it's a tiny book or a book with loads of pages. You have to read a few books this week, okay? Or a month, mostly. So, you should be reading 3 to 5 books a week, big pages or thin pages ones. So, like after year 3, if you're in year 3 or any more above, you should be reading thick paged books and not the tiny printed storybooks. You can if you're under year 3, but nothing lower. So here are some good ideas. So try to write about some famous books from famous authors. So like Roald Dahl, you could write about witches, and you could do your story like wizards. Or you could make the Roald Dahl witches in your first person, or you could be writing as a witch how much you hate children. Or you could be a child writing about what happened to you when a witch came to you. Or you can write about a true event like the Titanic or the Great Fire of London or even World War One and Two. Or you can write in first person to grab more attention like you do with the witches. Or you can even change the title into the wizards or something. Or you could then another idea is you write about a time traveler. You could be a time traveler. You could be like a journalist writing about a time traveler, writing about a plane crash, writing about a rescue boat, and many more stuff that journalists write about. Or you could be writing the local newspaper. You could be doing the local weather news. Those are stuff that will grab loads of attention. So once again, subscribe and share to anyone else who is about to write the 11 plus and needs a little help. So, your task for this video is to write a creative story with one of my ideas or your own one, and make sure to include loads and loads of good adjectives. So, you have 5 minutes to plan your story and 40 minutes to write it. Now, if I go really back into our first activity, this one, you can see you could use the word depreciate in your creative writing. You could use your word diminish in your creative writing. You could use the word degenerate in your creative writing. Or you could use the word apt in your creative writing. And I gave you a sentence here. You could do it in that kind of topic. You could use unsuitable. I don't know, even unsuitable is a word that most people know. It's nice using it in like a good way. So let's go back to where we were in our story bit, because that is the fun bit. That's where the fun starts. So that's your 40 minutes to write it, okay guys? So make sure to tag me once you have done it. I would be really happy to see. But before you leave, you could try Test Teach. It's basically where you on your first week's paper, which is free, you can get, and if you like it, you can order the papers. Every week you get £15 per week on a Monday. You will get 2 maths papers and 2 English papers that are proper 11 plus papers. You can also ask them to give you more than 2, make it harder, make it less harder, depending on how you like it. I'm currently using Test Teach and it's kind of helping me. The questions I gave you before are based on Test Teach. And by the way, this is not sponsored, this is just something that would help you. So that's it for today's video, guys. Make sure you try Test Teach and subscribe to our study helping thing that we do that we help you. So make sure you subscribe and I will see you guys later. So that's it. So bye guys.